WXDL Ecosystem is an ecosystem as a service organization that provides services, tools, and resources to participants of local entrepreneurial ecosystems. To benefit from our services, you must become a member. As a member, we will provide you with 3 specific services. Number 1, access to a team available to you 24/7, 365. Number 2, access to software and platforms that we designed and engineered specifically for entrepreneurship. And number 3, we will help you fundraise once you're ready. If you'd like to help us grow and have a passion for entrepreneurship, you can build your own ecosystem on top of our infrastructure by becoming an ecosystem leader and a pitch studio owner. To be eligible, you must meet the following criteria. Number 1, passion for entrepreneurship. Number 2, ability to build your own advisory team. Number 3, ability to build an amazing startup community. WXDL is an online and software-based ecosystem as a service. To learn more about our concepts, please visit www.waxdaleecosys.com or www.waxdaleecosys.com, or you can sign up directly on our Meet360 platform at www.meet360.org or www.meet360.org. Hi guys, my name is Arjunal. I'm the founder and CEO of WXDL Ecosystem. Welcome to the WXDL POD, episode number 3. This week, we're having a conversation with Parvez Hossain. He's from Bangladesh and he's building Swap, a re-commerce platform. Never heard of that term before, but you're gonna see. It's very, very exciting. Swap was actually named as one of the top 20 young startups out of Asia. And, I learned a lot. His vision is amazing. So I'll see you guys after the conversation. So, Parvez, nice to meet you again. I read about your startup, like I said, very exciting stuff. I never heard about re-commerce. I like the term re-commerce. It's a dope term. So to get started, I always like to do the introduction this way, because I believe that getting to know the entrepreneur is really important. So why don't we start with that? Could you explain where you're from, and then how did you get to where you are, and what was your interest basically growing up?
Okay, I'm Parvez Hossain. I'm from Bangladesh, and I'm co-founder and CEO of Swap. Swap is basically a re-commerce platform, a term that a lot of people are not totally aware of, and some basically this has been done by other people as well, but not in these space as we are doing. There are other startups in India and China and Mexico and other places as well. So we are doing the same stuff. We are trying to reduce the e-waste by converting them into affordability for other people. Like for a mobile phone that you may use today, it may be obsolete for you after 1.5 years or 2 years, but maybe it can be used by another person who doesn't have that much affordability to buy a new one. So we want to extend the lifespan so that the product doesn't go to the mother nature and it doesn't get dumped in a landfill soon. So if it is expanded for like 2 or 3 more years, so we can reduce the e-waste for the time being. And the more we can do, the less carbon emission would be there, less e-waste would be there. So I grew up in Dhaka, the capital of Bangladesh, and I grew up, and then I had my studies done from IBA, that is one of the best business schools in the country. Obviously, people over here, they tend to go to different companies doing their jobs. So that is what I didn't do for long. I did my job in two companies for 2 years. Then I thought that I would be doing my own business, and I started my own offline based brick and mortar shops. Then I saw that there's a huge potential in that, and to cater to that potential, I thought that we need to go to the mass market, and for that we needed the technology. That is when we decided to introduce Swap to the market over here, and this is where I am now.
Great, great. And what was your what was your family like growing up? You know, do you have brothers, sisters, and you know, were they interested in the same things that you were interested in as well?
Actually, I have two siblings, my elder brother and my younger sister. My sister she works in a reputed hotel over here. I mean, a chain of hotels is Intercontinental Hotel, and my brother resides in Thailand. So obviously, we worked with each other, me and my brother, for a certain period of time,
Yeah,
but we chose our different goals. So I chose to do this startup, and he went with his business in Thailand. But then again, my family was very much supportive all the time, and that's it.
yeah. And how did you get, you know, how did you get interested in technology, right? Because we not a lot of us, you know, grew up, you know, having access to you know those type of technologies or knowing those type of technologies. And how did your interest get started in terms of technology? How did you get started with that?
Well, I have always been a technology freak. I always liked new things. My father had a Motorola phone at the time of 1998, 1999. If you can remember, there was a Motorola phone called StarTech,
Yeah,
and there was like Nokia phones over there at that time. My father had it at that time, and there was one other small Motorola called VTech, this small of a phone. So I would always say that I would have these kind of phones one day, but obviously at that time wasn't allowed to have those. And obviously growing up, I could see that I was always interested about mobile phones all the time because it catched me all the time, and I thought that I would be having this. So as a student, I couldn't afford it. So my first phone that I got was from my mom, and it was because I had distinction in my studies. And when I had my 12th grade done, she gifted me. So from that, obviously, new technologies evolved every now and then, and you can see what has come up in last 20 years. So I always wanted to upgrade, but I wanted to buy a new one. So what would I do? I can't afford to have a new phone every year, right? So I had to sell my old phone to buy a new one.
yeah,
That is where I saw an opportunity that if I can sell my old stuff and chip in some money, I can buy a new one, and that cycle can help me to get new technologies. At the same time, people who can't afford the new one, they can buy the old one from me. So
yeah.
that is where these whole thing came up to me.
Yeah, yeah, great, great. That's great because that's actually my next question. I was going to ask you, how did you get started with Swap, and how did you get the idea, and basically tell us a little bit about the story and what the business model is, so we can understand it better.
Yeah, because just to add to what I said earlier is that obviously there was a time when I was in my first year of university, and I could see there were like my fellow batchmates. They were using a laptop at the time, and it's like a laptop at 2002. That is like 19 years ago, or 2003, 18 years ago. It was like a dream, but
Yeah,
I couldn't afford it.
yeah,
So four of us thought of chipping in money together and buying a laptop together. And we saw a store that was selling a laptop at $500, a used laptop of $500. We thought, okay, that is great. So we will chip in 125 each, but we couldn't do that.
yeah,
That time we got to know that obviously there is a huge opportunity. There's a need for the people. If you want to go digitalize, if you want to go digital, you need digital equipments, right?
yeah,
So there are students who can't afford, their family can't afford. So if you can take from the affluent and rich, they've used it and they sell it, then
yeah,
these people can obviously have it. So I started my journey with my own stores here, over here in Bangladesh. I had one store when I started in 2007, and now I have 15. So from that, I saw there's more opportunity.
Yeah.
Why only with stores? Why can't I cater to all the people in Bangladesh? For
Yeah.
that, I need to have a technology.
Yeah.
Which technology will help me to give people the right price for their items? Because if I have a store, a person has to come to the store, evaluate his product, get the price, and then sell it. There's a hassle and there's a
Yeah.
haggling over there. Why not have the technology in their palm of hand and they can see what the value of the product is? If they agree, we send people to their home and we pay them instant cash or money through bank transfer and we get the products out of them. And then we sell it to the forward vendors, basically the used product resellers, and we make a margin of 7%.
Yeah.
And our average basket value is around $260.
Okay.
So we have a decent margin of $15 each transaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Um, you're the first entrepreneur from Bangladesh that we're interviewing, and our goal with this podcast is to basically bring awareness to entrepreneurs that are from around the globe, because we actually believe that there's smart entrepreneurs like all across the globe. It's not only in the States or North America and Europe; it's really all over the globe. So, what would you say is the how's the startup ecosystem in Bangladesh right now? And what do you think the advantage is, and what do you think is missing in the ecosystem in Bangladesh?
Okay. First of all, the ecosystem is always evolving because, as I've mentioned, like 10 years back, if you were getting out of your university, your college, you would be much more propelled to join a company to do jobs. So it was a job culture over here.
Yeah,
Now people are thinking when they go out of universities or colleges, they're thinking of doing their something of their own. So the
yeah,
startup thing has evolved in the last few years with successful stories like Pathao, ShopUp, and other startups who have got good fundings out of from abroad, and this has helped people to understand the the opportunity that we really have. And
yeah,
obviously, government has not been very much friendly to the startup at the beginning because it was also having a shift, a
yeah,
paradigm shift. So, but recently the government has been very helpful. For the last 5 years, government has taken this initiative to go to make digital Bangladesh.
yeah,
And for that, what has happened that more people are getting funding through local angels, local investors, also from outside. And government is also giving some grants, some doing some competitions, giving some money to the startups. And this ecosystem has been evolving. Now, a student, when he's passing from his university, and they are being approached by different incubators and different angels to start up their own startups.
yeah.
So this thing has changed in the last few years.
Nice, nice, fantastic. And a lot of people say that entrepreneurs are born. Like I always say, I don't believe entrepreneurs are born. I actually believe that entrepreneurship is a decision that you make, and then you can become an entrepreneur at any point in time in your life, whenever you're ready. What do you think about that? Do you think entrepreneurs are born, or do you think you can actually become an entrepreneur at some point in time in your life?
Actually, it's a blend of both. It's a blend of both. What I would say is like my father was a entrepreneur,
Yeah,
so we have this in our blood. People would say so, but that is not only the thing because my sister is like she is working in in a hotel, so I'm doing my own business.
yeah,
The fact is, I always had this thing in my mind that I would do something for myself. So you have
yeah,
to believe in yourself. What I think is you have to believe in yourself that you can do it. So
yeah,
when you start to believe in that, I think then the entrepreneur is born. Otherwise, it's just a talent that is hidden and you are
yeah,
not exploring it.
yeah,
When you try to explore it, then you unleash it, and
yeah.
then the actual entrepreneur is born.
Yeah, I like that answer. I like that answer. Actually, a blend of both is true, because you do come with some characteristics and personality traits that can actually help you in becoming an entrepreneur. And if you have the background, for instance, your family and stuff, it's true. I like that answer. Greg, I'm gonna let you go ahead with your questions.
Yeah, thanks, guys. It's such an absorbing conversation so far. Parvez, I wanted to just touch straight away onto, the growth plans for Swap. I'm seeing a whole lot of positive, exciting stuff on LinkedIn that you're posting. There's lots of vacancies going out, so you're definitely growing in size. You're catching the eye of some exciting Asia kind of accelerator bodies there. So just tell me a bit about the swap growth plans.
Okay. So when we started, we were a team of 2, then 4. Now we're a team of 46 at this moment. And we are always growing. Every month we are growing. We are hiring new people because when the business grows, when the startup grows, we need more people for the designated areas. So obviously it is with the need. So our growth plan is with the need. Our human resource plan is with the need of the time and the startups requirement. At the same time, what we really need to do is we are collaborating with a lot of companies. We are collaborating with OEMs like Samsung, Apple, Oppo, Motorola. We are also collaborating with e-commerce giants like Daraz, Peekaboo, who are the basic big players over here, so that people can sell to us and buy through these different platforms as well. So we need people to do these collaborations as well. At the same time, we are not only exploring the market with our digital marketing plans, we are exploring with the offline marketing as well. We work in an omni-channel approach. So we are engaging with different retailers in the market, and also with the online opportunities like mediums like Facebook, Google, LinkedIn, Instagram, and other sources. So the growth plan is basically combined with all the marketing needs that we have, both offline and online. And for that, we need the right people at the right time so that we can build the right team. So that is basically the plan, and that is what we are doing.
Lovely, lovely. In terms of your funding stage at the moment, just tell us a bit about where you are in terms of the funding stage, the investors that you have on board, and yeah, just a bit about that for now.
Okay, sure. So we have been in this accelerator program called Accelerating Asia. So we have joined the cohort 4. So they are very helpful in mentoring you. They are also very helpful in getting investors to know you. So that has been a blessing for us. And for the last few months, we have been mentored very well. We have gone to some extent to meet a lot of VCs, some big VCs over there, and some angels. And also we are in talks with a lot of angels over here as well. So we are raising a $500,000 round, $500,000 at this moment, which we intend to close by May or June of this year. So we have another round after this, that is another $1.5 million round that we will raise within this year. So we have a 18-month runway with these total $2 million funding that we are going to raise, so that we can have our growth perfectly done. And from the numbers that we have been generating, we want to basically triple it within next year. So that is the total plan at this moment.
Great. I got one more, Jay, and then you can close it up. With all the startups and the great success you're having, it takes a lot out of the founders as we accelerate forward. What is your kind of routine that keeps you on this growth mindset and keeps you going? So what's a day in the life of Parvez? What does it look like?
Uh, it's a bit hectic, I would say. It's a bit stressful, I would say also, and it's also very interesting. Interesting in the sense that every day I learn a lot. Every day I got to meet a lot of people online, mostly, and also my team, engaging with the team, handling such a big team is not a matter of joke for me, because that also gives you the responsibility of the team as well. When you have great power, they say that you have better responsibilities. So when I have a team of 46 and I have to take care of them as well, and so I try to engage with the team all the time. I don't like to do things by myself. I like to empower my team and give them the opportunity to do their own work. So what I do in the morning is basically I wake up and I come to the office and I talk to my people. I have a routine of what I need to do every day. So I write my notes. I have my calendars ready. I know what is supposed to be done by today, what is supposed to be done by this week. I talk to the people who are responsible for those. And if I need to do something on my own, I have them planned up easier, earlier. And sometimes we in this startup, we have to do a lot of work, which goes beyond the normal work time. So obviously, long hours is a normal thing over here. But that is what we do. And obviously, my team has been very helpful because they help me a lot, and they are always engaged, and they are also aligned with the vision. Having a team aligned with the vision, having your team members aligned with your vision is very much important. I think with all the stress, when you have a team who understands what you want to do and behaves as a family, not as an employee, that makes your life easier. And when you think of giving up at one point of time, when you see their faces, when you have team members who give you encouragement and motivation, then you think that no, you can do it. Obviously, you get yourself belief back, and that is what happens every now and then. And we have been fighting it, and we have come to the stage that we are today.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much, Parvez.
Great. Again, fantastic. Again, I'm enjoying another great conversation with a great entrepreneur. So, I like to end our podcast with the same question, but it's an important question. Like you were actually talking about the vision, having all the employees aligned with the vision. So, what's that huge vision, that big vision that you have for Swap in terms of global and I would even say like world domination, but like what's that huge vision that you want? Where's the place that you want to take that company? And yeah, so what's that great vision?
The vision is very, very short and simple. The vision is basically to reduce the e-waste that we have all over the world. 57 million tons of e-waste are produced every year, and it will only grow. There is no reason that it will go down if you don't act. So there are like billions of smartphones are produced every year. There are millions of laptops being produced every year. There are vehicles being produced every year. And when you buy new ones, what do you do with the old ones? There are millions of furnitures being produced every year. You're encouraging deforestation. So when you don't have to do it, that means that you have to reuse it. So we have that vision to reuse all the stuff that we already have, because otherwise you will get out of resources. Like we think the resources that we have, the old products that we have at our home, these are like golds.
Yeah.
You see the golds are like in different soils. You extract them, and there is demand for it, but you have to ensure the supply. So
Yeah.
if we can extract the used products from the consumer's end, then we can use it again, and that will reduce the e-waste in the future. And these things also give affordability to the people, not only the people who are in the low tier, but also for the people who are affluent. But they can also get better technologies. When they get better technologies, the old one has to go to somewhere. So we want to make the circular economy work, not only in Bangladesh, but also globally, because we have a vision to go to Dubai, UAE, to go to Thailand, Singapore, Malaysia, and on obviously at one point of time in Europe, US, and even other countries as well, even Africa. So these are the things that we want to do. So we want to build a nexus different with different countries so that these products are circulated where these are required. Maybe our old product is not required in UAE, but these old products are required in a third world country like Bangladesh, like India or Africa. So we want to build that ecosystem so that all the used products are being used for a longer period of time, and we can reduce the e-waste and the carbon emission. And that is the vision that we have, and our team believes in that, and that is what motivates us.
That's great. I love the vision. If I didn't found WXDL, if I wasn't working for WXDL, I would go and try to work with you definitely. so so Greg, do you have anything else to add before we close?
Nah, I just want to say I love that social vision. I absolutely love it. And we're going to be following your journey very closely. We wish you everything of the best.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for inviting me to your podcast. I'm really glad that we can share our vision and talk to you people. It was very nice talking to you.
Great.
Thank you.
Great. Appreciate the time, Parvez, and hopefully we'll have another conversation very soon.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right. Bye. All right, guys. Here it is. Another one in the books. Another great one. great conversation with Parvez. I absolutely love his answer when I asked him, are entrepreneurs born, or do you become an entrepreneur at one point in your life? And he basically said that, you know, you already have some characteristics or some personality traits, whether it's because your family, you had family members that were entrepreneurs, but at some point in your life, you are going to be reborn as an entrepreneur. So I absolutely love that answer. So I'll see you guys next week for episode number 4. And I hope that you love that one. We're going to keep doing them. Again, we basically want to have great conversations with entrepreneurs from all over the globe, just for everybody to see that talent is everywhere. It doesn't matter where you're from. If you have a great idea, and if you have the passion for it, and then if you have that great vision, that huge vision that I love, you can build a startup from anywhere in the world. So I'll see you guys next week.